Hello, I'm Liza, the sister you never knew you had in the Philippines, bringing you the truth that nobody else has the guts to say. Today, we are talking about your money, specifically how you're throwing it away while thinking you're building a future. Stop acting like Santa Claus and start acting like a man who knows his value. If the first thing you reach for is your wallet, don't be surprised when the only thing she reaches for is your ATM card. In my country, a man who gives too much too soon isn't seen as generous. He's seen as a target that needs to be harvested before someone else gets to him. You've worked decades to build your legacy, and now you're letting a pretty smile and a few "I miss you" messages turn you into a charity organization. You think you're buying her heart? No, you're just buying a ticket to be exploited. I'm going to reveal the invisible threshold between being a blessing and being a business venture. I'm going to teach you the golden faucet strategy that keeps you in control of the flow. If you don't learn this unwritten law today, you won't just lose your money, you'll lose your dignity. Stick around, because I'm about to save you from becoming the next cautionary tale in the expat bars of Manila. Your heart and your retirement fund depend on this. Look, I know what you're thinking. You stepped off that plane in Manila or Cebu and suddenly felt like a king. For the first time in years, young, beautiful women were looking at you, smiling at you, and laughing at every single one of your jokes. You thought you finally found a hidden paradise where age is just a number and true love is as common as coconuts on the beach. But I need you to take off those rose-colored glasses for a second and look at the reflection in the glass. The tropical dream you've been sold is often nothing more than a carefully crafted business model. Those dating apps you spend hours on, they aren't digital playgrounds for romance. They are high-stakes hunting grounds. Many of the girls you're talking to are experts in Western Psychology 101. They know exactly which buttons to push to make an honorable, hard-working man like you feel like a hero again. They know you're tired of being invisible in your own country. They know you're exhausted by the coldness and the constant judgment of modern women back home. They see your loneliness as a vulnerability to be harvested, not a wound to be healed. But listen to me closely. It is not your fault. You aren't stupid, and you aren't a fool. You are a man who comes from a world where words still carry weight, and where a promise actually means something. You were raised with a code of honor that simply doesn't exist in the survival-first environment of a developing nation. I see the scars you carry. I know how it feels to have sacrificed your whole life for others, only to realize the world has moved on without you. You deserve to be seen, and you deserve to be loved for who you are, not just for the size of your pension. I'm telling you these hard truths because I'm the only one who cares enough to make sure you survive this. You've been playing a game where the rules were written in a language you don't speak. Now, I'm going to translate. Take a deep breath. You're not alone anymore. I'm standing right here with you, and we're going to rewrite your story the right way. To help you truly grasp the gravity of your situation, I want you to close your eyes and picture something very specific. Imagine you own a beautiful, ornate golden faucet. It's sitting in the middle of a small, dusty village where resources are scarce and every day is a battle for survival. Now, back in your home country, you were taught that being a good man means being a provider. So your first instinct is to turn that handle all the way to the left. You let the gold flow in a heavy, constant stream because you want to be her hero. You think that by drowning her in blessings, you are securing her loyalty and her love. But here is the cultural disconnect you must understand. In a survival-driven environment like the Philippines, abundance isn't viewed with gratitude. It's viewed as an opportunity for harvest. The moment you leave that faucet wide open, the psychology changes instantly. She stops looking at your eyes to see if you're happy, and she starts looking around for bigger buckets. Within weeks, she isn't the only one standing there. Her mother, her cousins, and her neighbors show up with giant barrels, waiting for their turn. You see, when the gold flows too easily, the thirst for the man disappears, and the greed for the metal takes over. You cease to be a partner, and you become a public utility, a mountain of wealth to be mined until the vein runs dry. To keep her heart focused on you, you must learn to be the master of the valve. You have to keep the flow at a steady, controlled drip. This isn't about being cheap. It's about maintaining the value of the source. If she's always a little bit thirsty, she stays close to the person who holds the handle. If she's drowning in it, she'll eventually swim away to find someone who can help her carry. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks. You've heard the metaphor, but you need the actual field manual. If you want to keep your dignity and your bank account intact while enjoying the best years of your life, you have to follow the unwritten rules of the game. Most men fail because they think they are in a romantic comedy. In reality, you are in a high-stakes negotiation where your heart is the collateral. Rule number 1, the 6-month probation period. In the Philippines, we have a traditional concept called ligaw, or courtship. Historically, this was a time when a man proved his character through effort, patience, and consistency. But today, many girls have replaced character with currency. The cultural fact is this: the moment you provide a regular allowance in the first 6 months, you have officially applied for the position of sponsor, not lover. Here is the hidden tactical logic. A Filipina's mind is a master of classification. If you start paying her rent and her siblings' school fees 3 weeks after meeting her, she flips a switch. In her head, you are no longer the man she wants to visit the jungle with for hours on end. You are a job. And just like any job, she will do the bare minimum required to keep the paycheck coming. She will be sweet, she will send the "I miss you" texts, but her heart will be looking for a man who doesn't pay her bills, because that's the man she actually finds attractive. You'll recognize this immediately. You meet a girl, she's beautiful, and she tells you she loves your maturity and stability. Then, suddenly, her brother has a motorcycle accident, or the water is being cut off. It's a stress test to see if your wallet opens automatically. If you pay, you lose. My instruction is simple: no allowances, no family bailouts for at least half a year. Buy her a nice dress so she looks stunning when you're watering her garden at night. Take her to a beautiful dinner, but keep the golden faucet tightly closed on the big stuff. If she leaves because you didn't pay for her cousin's wedding, congratulations! You just saved $50,000 and a decade of headaches. Rule number 2, the utang na loob trap. This is the debt of gratitude, and it is the most misunderstood concept for foreigners. You think that by solving all her life's problems, buying her a house, paying off her debts, you are making her love you more. In reality, you are creating a debt she can never repay. The hidden logic here is about hiya, or shame. When the power imbalance becomes too great, it doesn't create love, it creates resentment. She feels like a bought object, And to escape that feeling of inferiority, she will eventually seek out a younger, local guy who has nothing. She'll use your money to buy him a drink, just to feel like she is the one in control for once. I've seen it 1,000 times. A man buys a girl a business, and 6 months later, she's cold and distant. Why? Because you aren't her partner, you're her landlord. To avoid this, you must keep her skin in the game. Don't be the easy button. If she needs a skill, pay for the class, not the result. If she wants a business, make her write a plan and put in the labor. By the way, if you're finding this insider perspective helpful, I share the truly uncensored stuff, the kind of things that would get this video taken down, in my private newsletter. It's a community of men just like you, learning how to navigate the islands without getting burned. It's free, and the link is in the description. Join us there before we get to the next point, because this next one is about the signals you are sending to the rest of the world. Rule number 3, experiences over liquid assets. A high-end iPhone 15 Pro Max is not a gift, it is a signal. The cultural fact is that in many parts of the Philippines, status is everything. When you buy her expensive electronics or jewelry, she isn't thinking about how much she loves you every time she uses it. She is using it to show her neighbors, her family, and her ex-boyfriend that she has captured a high-tier provider. But here is the tactical danger. Gadgets and gold are liquid assets. They can be pawned at any Cebuana Lulier shop on any street corner the moment you board your flight home. I've known men who bought their fiancé a $1,200 phone, only to find out she pawned it 2 weeks later to pay for her brother's gambling debts, while still pretending to use it on their video calls by using a friend's phone. My instruction? Give her experience gifts. Take her traveling. Spend a week in Palawan or Boracay. Pay for the 5-star hotel where you can wash the car together all weekend long and order room service. You cannot pawn a memory. You cannot sell a sunset. These experiences build a biological and emotional bond that an iPad never will. If she complains that she'd rather have the cash or the phone, she's telling you exactly who she is. Believe her. The final twist, the silent pressure. Finally, watch out for the woman who never asks for money. You think you found an angel, but listen closely. In the background, her mother is whispering in her ear every single night. The mother is telling her she is wasting her youth on a foreigner who isn't helping the family. Silence isn't always a sign of a good girl. Sometimes it's the sound of a girl who is about to break under the pressure of her village. If you don't set a family boundary early and clearly, the village will eventually force her to choose between them and you. And in our culture, the family almost always wins. You aren't just dating her, you are dating her family's expectations. Keep the faucet at a drip, or you'll find yourself drowning in a sea of cousins you've never met. Now, I have to tell you the hardest truth of all, the one that might make you want to turn off this video and never look at my face again. We've spent this whole time dissecting her motives, her family, and the cultural traps of the Philippines. But we haven't talked about your biggest enemy, the one hiding in plain sight, your own ego. Many of you use that golden faucet not out of a pure, generous heart, but out of a deep-seated fear. You use your money as a shield because, in the quiet hours of the night, you're terrified that without your savings, you simply aren't enough to keep a young woman's interest. You think you're playing the role of the grand savior, but that God complex is the exact scent that predators use to track their next target. When you lead with your wallet, you are the one who devalues the relationship first. You are essentially signaling to her that your soul and your touch are worth less than a monthly bank transfer. Here is the counterintuitive law of the islands. The only way to find out if she is truly yours is to be completely willing to lose her today. You must have the masculine strength to close that valve entirely and watch what happens in the silence that follows. Does she stay to taste the mango because of the man you are when the money stops speaking? Or does she evaporate the moment the ATM goes out of service? If you never have the courage to test the foundation of your love, you have no right to complain when the house eventually collapses. Real, raw attraction cannot be purchased. It can only be earned through the respect of a man who knows his own worth. Sometimes, the most powerful move you can make to win her heart is to walk away and let her prove she deserves yours. The real scam isn't just her asking for money. It's you believing you can replace a genuine connection with a price tag. I know I've been tough on you today, and your heart might feel a little heavy after hearing these cold, hard truths. But please, take a deep breath and look at me. I am telling you all of this because I believe in you, and I know what you're capable of finding. Despite the traps and the games, the Philippines remains the most beautiful place on earth for a good man to find the soul-deep connection he truly deserves. Don't let the shadows hide the light. For every predator out there, there are thousands of incredible, loyal, and hard-working Filipinas who are praying every night for a man with your wisdom, your stability, and your kind heart. To the right woman, your 60 years aren't a burden. They are your greatest asset. You offer a world of security, depth, and respect that a 20-year-old boy can't even conceive. You aren't just enough, you are a prize. You are a king who simply needs to find the queen who is worthy of his throne. Now that you know where the potholes are, you can finally drive with absolute confidence. You aren't walking blindly into the jungle anymore. You are a man with a map, a shield, and a clear vision. Real, life-changing love between our cultures isn't just a fantasy. It happens every single day for men who are smart and patient. Your best years aren't behind you. They are waiting for you to claim them. You've got this, and I'm right here with you. Now, the map is in your hands. But I want to know, have you ever felt that cold shift when your golden faucet was wide open, yet her eyes were already searching for a bigger bucket? Share your story below. Your honesty might just be the life raft another man needs today. My mission is to ensure that men of honor, like you, finally find the genuine loyalty you deserve. If my words saved you a headache or a fortune, and you'd like to support a local sister, I wouldn't say no to a bucket of Jollibee spicy chicken or a cold San Miguel beer. It keeps me fueled here in the province while I uncover the truths they hide from you. Take care of your heart and keep that valve steady. Salamat, and I'll see you very soon.